Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Dora the Fluid Crafter, and this morning we are going to be working on something a little bit different. But first and foremost, I want to thank all of my subscribers for tuning into my channel. I do apologize for the lack of videos. Things have been a little stressful. And I also want to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you so much for your love and support. And so what we're going to do is I am doing an altered book. This is going to be for my design team project for Junk with Steph. If you have not checked her out, please be sure to do that. She has got some amazing digital kits. I will be linking her down below. And so this is going to be a combination of April, May. And the reason why is because, as you know, and I'll kind of explain here. My dad was married to my friend's mother for quite a few years, so she was my stepsister for a very long time. And they divorced, and so technically, legally, she wouldn't be my stepsister anymore, but I didn't really think of it like that. And she passed away this month and of cancer. She was my age. She was just about 41, I think, 41 or 42. And so for her mom, I was making her a keepsake, something that she could hold pictures into, she could journal into, write into, something, she could have for her daughter. And so it's sort of like what I made for my mom for my brother. But with this, and I'll just show you a quick little what I'm doing. So instead of taking a book and making pockets and folding the pages, I'm leaving the pages as is. And I'll kind of show you where I'm at here. So the first kit that I used is, if you go a couple of videos back, it'll show you my design team project, kind of a look at the paper pads. I will link that down below. So this is the first kit, which was for April. And then the new one I will show you in just a moment. So what I've done is I've taken the actual pages and I've just covered over some of the pages in here like so with that kit. Okay. These pages are sort of thin, okay, and so what I'm doing is just giving them sturdiness. And so as you can see, these pages are just so beautiful, so beautiful. And this next kit goes so well with this. I mean, it's just, it just blends so wonderful. And so that's what I have been doing here, okay. And so for the front and back cover, I've just added on some of the pages here, and then along the spine, because I'm going to decorate it later, but I wanted this to be on the cover. So you can see those beautiful butterflies. Aren't those just gorgeous? So what we're going to do here is, this is what's remaining from the first kit. I'm going to sit this to the side because these are the tags and journaling cards and things that I'm going to be using a little bit later on. So I'm going to sit those to the side over here. Okay. And it's a little chilly today. I was going to do a video last night, but we had some really bad thunderstorms come in, and we were under severe tornado warnings until 11 p.m. And I just didn't want to take a chance of power going out or something happening. And so I just, you know what, I'll just do it this morning. So, okay, so now this new kit is called Darling. Now, it's a vibrant kit if you would like it to be vibrant, but I kind of, when I printed it, I just did normal printing, so that a way it kind of mutes it down just a little bit. So if you wanted it to be vibrant, print on like your best quality matte photo paper or something like that for your printer, and it will be a little bit more vibrant. But this here, I mean, you've got some writing pages, which are beautiful. absolutely gorgeous. And then you have some background pages, and you've got some little cluster pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like this kit because not all the pages are fully decked. Some of these, it gives you the option, you can either write on them or you can decorate them, you can put pockets on them, and you can really make them your own. So yes, I'm really, really loving this kit, and I think I got some of these upside down. Okay. And then this one here is so beautiful. Look at that lace, and the heart says love. There is more to love. Beautiful. Just, I mean, it just goes so well with what I'm doing for her mom. Just gorgeous. Just love it so much. I'll, if I remember to, I will put a direct link to the kits themselves and not just to her Etsy, so you guys can find them fairly quickly. And of course, you know I love clocks, so that is huge for me. I just love that. And this is probably one of my favorite pages with the bird and the bird cage. I do love bird cages and birds and clocks. And this one here is more of a pastel-y with the little bird cages on it. Just beautiful. And I apologize for a little shadow here. My camera above just barely hits that light up there, so there's a little more of a shadow back here, so that's why I'm trying to stay a little more forward. Let's see, it goes that way. Trying to make sure these are all upside right here. I mean, I just love her attention to detail, even when it's subtle, you know, like the layers. I mean, I'm not sure if you can see these, but there's words and scripts, and then there's book pages, and then there's overlays, and then there's flowers, and then there's background, and there's like ledger, and you know, I mean, it's just phenomenal how she works these pages together. And then here is another writing page. I'm going to put that one on the bottom to go with those. And so those are the papers for the kit that I'll be using here in this book also. Now these two here are, now I'm going to use these as well, but these were two freebies that she had in her old group, but she's in Junk Journal with Joy, I believe now. And so she offered some freebies, and this is just like book page scripty type background. I really like that, so I'm going to use that. And then this is just a collage of vintage things and writing and scripts and family journal type things. So I really wanted to use that. Now some of these I did go ahead and cut out just to kind of make it a little quicker. And so you'll get two envelopes. There's one, just beautiful. There's the second. And then here is a file folder that you will get. Beautiful. Now this one here, I wanted it to look a little more vintage, not on white paper. And so I backed it, I printed it on like a cream color, and it just brought out that vintage in that paper. Just beautiful. I did the same thing with this one with the bird cages. Just beautiful. And so then here I did this one, these here, the journaling cards, one set of them. And so if you can see that it's like on a printed cardstocky type. And so I printed these on that so I wouldn't have to back them onto anything. The back is already decorated. And so there's two of these. Here are some tags that I did on plain cream paper, and I wanted to do like here is one from the other kit, right? And so what I did is I backed it onto some of 6x6 paper pad, and this way both sides are covered, and it looks just so wonderful. And so I kind of wanted to do some of these tags, not all of them, because I want to leave, you know, a spot on the back if she wants to journal on them, but maybe a couple of them to back on. And these tags are just gorgeous. And then these journaling cards here, these little ones, and they can also be made into like little side pockets, little tuck areas and things. I put these on the printed cardstock, the decorative one. And then I'm going to go to this one here first. This is the big journaling card with the lines on it. And I do like that she has the lines on here so that it can be written on the front. And then the back has the decorative paper, the decorative cardstock. And here are some fussy cuts. Just beautiful. I'm going to enjoy that. And then I cut this one in half. So it actually goes together. Let me pull it up here. It actually goes together like this. But I went ahead and cut it in half so that way it's a little quicker. So you get some labels and you get some tickets. And then you get some circles, and then you get a time card. And so this here I went ahead and cut in half because I have a circle punch, and so I want to be able to punch these out with my circle punch. So I went ahead and cut that in half. And that is the kit for Darling. And so what we're going to do today is I'm just going to show you how I put my pages in here, because I don't put them in whole. I don't do the whole thing. I did try one page like that. Let me see where it is, and I'll kind of show you what I mean, why I don't do that. Let me see here. There was one, and I don't think it's inked, and I think that's the one that, was it this one? No. I think I might have passed it already. It is one that I think I forgot to ink. There it is. Yep. Okay, so this one here, I went to do the whole thing at one time. And so what I did is I started here with the glue stick, and then I just kind of went a little bit along. Well, what happens is that the glue dries too fast, and so it's really hard to get that whole page to lay down without having to go back and glue, which is what I had to do. I had to pull some of it up, re-glue, pull some of it up, and so, but it's on there, it's not coming off, but it just takes, you know, a little more time to do. But what I do enjoy doing is I enjoy, let's see, I want to keep those photos there so I won't cover up the backs. And so maybe on this page here, let me grab my scissors to hold that down. I'm going to use one of these pages here, and I think I'm going to, let me see what's on the, okay, so that's a ledger and butterflies. Okay, so let's grab one that is writing like this, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bird cage on this page, and I'll show you how I do that. I'm just using a regular metal ruler. I do have my rip ruler, but I don't want that type of edges for these pages. I will be using it later on, but not at the moment. And so what I'm doing is I'm just lining the ruler up with where the line is on the edge of the paper. and then I'm just tearing it down. It still gives that rough edge. And so when you ink it, it has those fibers on the edge, which is really nice. And then if you notice, there's a line here where it's been folded. Okay, and so I'm just going to match up where it's folded. Okay, and I'm just going to rip right down the middle. And this gives you your page. Okay, so we're going to put that to the side. We're going to take off the top and the bottom. And I finally have a trash can in here, and I don't have to worry about putting a trash bag on my chair, which is so nice. The little things in life, right? Okay. Let me pull that a little closer to me. Okay. And so now we have our page. So let me pull that up here where you guys can see. I have my glue book for gluing. And I'm going to take a sip of coffee. And I'm going to grab my glue sticks. Okay, so let me grab these out of here. And I'll put that back up there. Okay, now, oops, actually, we need our ink, don't we? Something I forgot to grab, but that's okay. It's right here next to me, which is one thing I love about having this dream box. Everything is right here where I can grab it. So that is wonderful. I don't have to go searching for it. It's all right here. Okay, and so I'm just using the Ranger Distress Oxide by Tim Holtz is the vintage photo. Okay. Okay, so now, how do I put this whole page on? Well, I cut it. I do it in segments. And how do I do it in segments? Well, I don't want to cut the birdie in half. Okay, and so I'm going to go to the line below the birdie, and I'm just going to pull that off. And then down here, I'm going to go to another line, ensuring that it's straight. And then I'm going to put it back together in pieces. Okay, so this is going to be the top. So we're going to ink the top and the sides, but not this part. I also enjoy doing it like this because it gives the page the impression that it's been folded or wrinkled or aged, which is also really nice. Okay, so there's the first one. We're going to go ahead and glue this one down. Let me move this over. I'm going to turn my book like this, okay, so that way I can line up this edge of, you know what I'm saying, like line it up here. So instead of here, I'm lining it up here so it doesn't go over. I am just using the Elmer's Disappearing Purple stick glue. It has always worked wonderful for me. But then again, you know, I'm not stingy with my glue stick. Like, I put a lot on there, so it's not like, you know, it's going to go away anytime soon. So now I just lined it up here and at the top where I want it, like this. And then I just press it down. And I grab out my scoring tool. And I just do it lightly. I don't press really hard on the spine area because I don't want to rip the pages out. Just like so. And there you have your first piece. Okay, and so now your second piece will go here, and then you just want to ink up the two edges, not the top and bottom, but just the two edges. And then we're going to lay that one down. And now we're just going to line it again with this side. And then as I'm going down, I'm going to put my finger here. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to be flipping you guys off. And I'm going to line it up with the bird's foot. Do you see that? Okay. And this way, when I go down with it, it stays lined up all the way across. And so now it has the impression as if it's been folded, or it has like a crease in it, which I really, really enjoy. Gives it more of that vintage look. And so now here's the bottom, okay? And so you don't want to do the top. You just want to do the sides, the bottom, and then the other side. We're just going to line that up again. And we're going to line this up with that where we had the line that we cut off. And then we're just going to press it down with our score tool. Doing it with your score tool also helps keep it from smearing, the ink from smearing out, which is also very nice. And so there is our page, and I'm not sure, and let me see if I can get close enough here for you guys to see. If you can see right here, you can see that line. So it looks like it's been folded or worn, which I find very, very cool. So that is how I put my pages on inside this book. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to finish decorating up these pages with those. And we will come back and decorate the pages. But before we go, okay, what I do want to do is on this page here is I want to create a little tuck area. And so I wanted to use one of these ephemera pieces, which is the measuring tape, and it's really cool because it looks like it's been zigzag stitched all the way down the side. And so I do want to do that with you guys, and I want to put it right here on this little side just to kind of give an extra tuck area. Okay, so let's do that. And I'm just trimming here. I'm not trimming away all of the white or cream around the edges, just leaving a very faint line. Now, it's not really going to matter or be seen because I'm going to be inking it up anyhow. But if you are someone that does not like that, you're please, by all means, you're more than welcome to cut all of that off. I just am so afraid that I'm going to cut some of that design off that I tend to just leave that very faint line there. And sometimes the lines aren't straight to begin with. And so instead of going, you know, all the way around, I just leave a little line so that way, you know, because when I ink it, you can't even see it anymore. So that's always good. And that is one thing I do enjoy about this vintage photo. It has a wonderful coverage. Okay, so there is that. And now I'm going to glue this down, and I'm going to use the tacky glue. These are the bottles I got from BB Craft, and they work phenomenal, especially when you're doing little lines. I mean, it's just like the tip that you get from the art glitter glue, and so it works so wonderfully. It allows you to give just that little tiny bead where you need it, instead of, you know, some of these glue bottles, they come out so big and so fast. It's like I used to ruin so many things because of that. Okay, so now we're just going to line this up. I'm going to turn my book back this way towards me. Okay, and I'm just going to look on both sides to see where we are. Whoops, I touched the page. Let me hold both ends then. Don't want to go all the way to the edge. I just want to go where the paper is here. Like that. Because I will be putting some trims and things later on. So I'm just going to give that a nice press down. Like so. And there you have it. And I think it looks wonderful on this background page. It just looks so beautiful. So I wanted to show you again with the other ones. Like this one I left blank. And then this one here I backed on with some butterfly paper. And so a specimen card with some butterfly paper. I thought that was pretty cool. And then this one here, what I did is I roughed up the edges really good. And then I'm just going to ink them to give that really worn vintage feel on both sides. And I'm not too concerned with having it, you know, be too much on one little piece. I mean, I think it just adds a little more character. And then I'm going to put that in there like that. And then back here is the same thing. We have a bigger specimen sample backed onto some pastel pinks with some lines on it for journaling. And then here's another specimen with the butterfly. And here is just a plain journaling card that is a blank on the back. And so we're going to do the same thing to this one. And since the front of this is already vintage and grunged up, I'm just getting rid of that edge, that white edge that's on there. And then we're just going to go around the back. Like so. And then there you have it. A little journaling card that goes in right there. Yay! And so, yes, we are going to be working in this book for our Junk with Steph DT project. And I will be doing more videos, but I want to keep them a little short and sweet so that way you guys aren't overwhelmed with a bunch of long videos. This one will probably be the longest one for the introduction, so the other ones will be a little bit shorter. Don't forget to go check out Steph. I will link her down below. And I'm going to be doing something special starting this weekend on Saturday. You guys are going to want to stay tuned for that. So I hope to see you guys back. Stay blessed. Be creative. Think outside your box. Okay, guys. I will see you again soon. Bye-bye now.